Hey guys, as you can see I got a different setup here. It's because I'm home on Thanksgiving break and I'm filming this review in the basement of my house in Millbank. And you can see I got the Star Wars posters because we're almost at Rogue One, but hey, that's not today. Today we're talking about Moana. Moana is directed and co-directed by an aggregate of individuals and actually done by the same creative team who are responsible for several Disney films, including Aladdin, Hercules, and The Little Mermaid, among with a handful of others. And it also stars a conglomerate of voice talents, most predominantly that of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Moana is about this young woman named Moana who sets sail for a fabled island with the legendary demigod Maui. She's also the daughter of the chief of her island, and there is a belief that one shouldn't venture off to other places or islands, for that spells certain death. Despite this, she sets out on this adventure to save her dying island. Now let's get straight into positives. That being, my number one positive being the voice performances. The voice performances were spectacularly done. Number one, let's just start with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He surprised me in this movie. He does a really, really good job. He's very into it. He even sings a bit. Now, he doesn't seem like a singer. If you ever watch old WWE stuff, he kind of joke sings. But no, he's actually really good in this. Now, the girl who plays Maui, really the lead, I looked on her IMDb page. She's done nothing other than this. This is her first motion picture, and it's a giant thing. And I can't pronounce her name. I'm just going to put it right here. She's really good. She sings so well, too. No, she surprised the heck out of me. She did a really, really good job. Also, the story was really compelling and really exciting and fun. It was written extremely well. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of emotional moments. I know the person sitting left of me, who I won't name her, my mom, cried a bit, actually, at different parts. It was really, really emotionally resonating, and which was really nice to see. Just an all-around fun movie. It was also shot, how it looks. The animation is so amazing. This being the latest Disney animated installment, you expect it to be amazing, but it blows you away. Trust me. The oceans, the islands, it's beautiful. Also, the characters had so much depth. There was such good character development, but in a short period of time that really sped the movie along right away. That was really well handled. Also, the music was phenomenal. It was awesome music, just great. I'm actually think I'm going to buy the soundtrack to this movie because it was fantastic listening to it in the theater. All but one song and one scene that I'll get into in my negatives that I didn't enjoy as much. Now let's get into the negatives. Number one being that it kind of follows the cliche classic Disney formula and kind of goes along those beats and kind of takes those footsteps, and it's kind of predictable like a lot of other Disney films, that same formula. But if it works, is it really a bad thing? Yes, it's maybe not as original and a little predictable, but I think they handle it in an original enough way that it doesn't detract really at all for the movie. But it was a little bit noticeable just for me because I kind of knew where things were going. This movie is extremely entertaining, but it doesn't have that under the surface, that more depth of mature message, that undertone to it than, say, other Disney films like The Lion King, Little Mermaid, Aladdin, or even as recently as Zootopia had. Yes, it does have a good underlying message, but it isn't as mature and as profound as those other films. Also, the scene that I was talking about earlier with the music that I didn't like, this one scene, there's a scene with a big crab, and it just felt out of place, and I didn't like the song with it. The song didn't feel like it was fitting the tone of the movie or the tone that they were setting throughout with the setting and all the other music that was going along with it, and I just didn't really like the crab scene or the character in general. And also, sometimes the pacing seemed a little off. Now, it is very fast-paced at times, and it slows way up. Then very fast-paced, slows way up. It's not kind of more consistent. It doesn't flow as well. There's a lot of, let's go, stop, go, stop. And that was a little distracting and a little unnerving. Also, she's chosen by the ocean, so the water literally physically helps her out through situations throughout the movie. But sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And you're like, well, why not? Why is it picking and choosing? And the quick answer is, well, story development needs to. Some things need to happen, some things don't. But it just kind of didn't make sense at times, like especially at the end. I'm like, why are you helping her out here, but not before? And you could argue that it's for character growth, but maybe, I mean, it's just like saving the world, so why wouldn't the ocean be helping her at all times? Little distracting, not a huge deal. Again, just kind of at the end made me think, but not a huge deal. The overall thing, though, that I want to note, overall theme that I love about this movie is that we haven't seen this amazing culture portrayed or represented on the big screen like this before. This amazing culture, and they did it so well. They handled it well. It was wonderful to see. Overall, guys, it was a very entertaining and fun movie that both adults and children will find enjoyment in. Hey, if you're bored this Thanksgiving weekend, parents, take your kids to see Moana. You will not regret it. I'm going to give Moana an 8.4 out of 10. Definitely a movie worth seeing in theaters. opening weekend at full price. I will say that. Check it out. Like I said, guys, the music was great. Kids will be singing this music just like they were singing Frozen, so you're welcome, parents, for annoying the hell out of you yet again. And let me just give a shout out to Mill Theaters, my hometown movie theater. I walked in there and I had some people ask me how the channel is going, saying, hey, good job. I loved it. Thank you guys so much for your support. And hey, like this video, subscribe to us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter for more movie reviews and trailer reaction and reviews. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.